What's up, Virgo? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new or a cross watcher, I welcome you as well. I am in the middle of still doing a giveaway. If you are interested in this particular mala bracelet, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, hit the like button, and put hashtag Tiger's Eye in the comments. That will let me know that you are interested in this particular Tiger's Eye mala bracelet with some black obsidian and some bling charms. And this was made by yours truly, me. I apologize for the delayed reading. I had a little bit of a mishap over the weekend with my dog. Everything's much better now, but I was at a point where I really couldn't do any readings yesterday. So the good news is this particular reading is going to be based on the new moon in Pisces, which technically started yesterday. However, the energy still goes for an estimated 3 days after. So we are still good until about Wednesday. So even though I personally, yes, I'm a Scorpio, I'm very hard on myself. I do like to get these readings out before the actual, full moon or new moon. Sometimes life happens, and just take it for what it is and say to yourself, everything happens for a reason, right? And it does. So this particular new moon is going to inspire us to imagine the future that we want. And we are encouraged to write down what it is that we're dreaming of for our future, and write down what is stopping us, right? That way you're kind of making it real. So when you make it real, you can deal with it, right? You can deal with what are the fears that are stopping you from the future that you want. And that way you can start manifesting your fantasies, okay? I want to start off with a Moonology manifestation card. What's going on for Virgo? New moon in Pisces, please. What's going on for Virgo? New moon in Pisces. What's going on for Virgo, please? New moon in Leo. Shine. Time to shine. You might have Leo in your chart. You could be dealing with a Leo if there's other energies that come out. I'm going to pull the book, get a little more information, and then we will get into the tarot. A new day is dawning. You're moving from darker times to light. And all are well on our way to your desired outcome. Be proud of who you are. Your self-confidence has got you this far. So keep on believing in yourself. Sometimes we have to fake it until we make it. And that's okay too. You're on the right track and the future is bright in relationships. Carry yourself with respect, and with others will respect you. Whatever challenges you're facing, consider taking a more creative approach. Yeah. You know, it's time to shine and, take a creative route if you're feeling any blockages at this time. I feel like in the summertime, in the summertime, I'm feeling like something may happen for you, for what it is that you're dreaming of. Could be wrong, but just a hunch. What is going on for Virgo, please? What's going on with this shine? Tell us about Virgo, please. Tell us more for Virgo. Nine of Swords. Eight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. You are definitely experiencing a little bit of anxiety at this time. You could be, you know, having dreams that are waking you up at night. You're feeling, I think you're feeling emotionally distant. You could be looking at the past. Trying to get a better understanding of mistakes that have been made in the past. And so this is probably where some of this anxiety is coming in, right? Some of the nightmares, you know, you're reflecting. And you may have even walked away from a person, place, or thing. And that's why you're feeling the emotional disconnect. Tell us about the Nine of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Judgment. Five of Pentacles. I want to say you had a bit of an aha moment. Either you walked away from an offer, or somebody walked away from an offer you gave. And these sleepless nights and anxiety are giving you a bit of a wake-up call about an offer that was either left or you walked away from. Yeah, and you're starting to realize this now. So what is the Eight of Cups? What did we walk away from? Oh, death. So we have two Scorpio cards here. So you might have been dealing with a Scorpio. Somebody has strong Scorpio in their chart. You have strong Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Knight of Wands. Oof, Devil. You, you put an ending to something that was toxic. You may have been going out partying too much. Place parties where it fits. Maybe the person you were dealing with, maybe you were dealing with somebody that was toxic. You may have had some toxic, toxic ways in your life. That can be anything. That can be heavy drinking, can be drugs. It can be, even excessively working out, and avoiding people. You can work out too much. You can eat too much. You can drink too much. You can have too much sex. There's certain things that people become addicted to, and it creates a bit of a codependency. But I feel with the Knight of Wands, it could have been just going out, partying too much, being too in and out with somebody, your friends or their friends was more important, going out, partying, flirting, having a good time, living the single life, being single. And so there was an ending put to this. Whether that was you or your person, somebody put the ending to it, and that's because, the devil was there. You see how she's having a good time. Having too much fun can create the devil, which is toxic. And so an ending happened here. And so maybe, there was an ending of, a solid offer that was on the table. Tell us about the Seven of Pentacles. Two of Swords. The High Priestess. Quick. The Emperor. Oh boy. I got high chills on this one. You, again, or take it as it resonates, place parties where it fits. I'm saying this is you because it's your reading. Your intuition was blocked. Like you were supposed to make a decision and you blinded yourself, or you were blinded by the devil. All right. And your intuition, was probably blocked during that time, okay, of whatever you were doing heavily of, okay, partying, drinking, it could be anything. Whatever it was you were doing too much of, it caused you to be blinded in making a decision with possibly another person that was considered the Emperor. And you now know this with the Seven of Pentacles. Looking back on the past, you realize that it got messed up with an emperor. Someone, who's a business owner, solid, has a good schedule. They get up at the same time. They're pretty predictable to a point, They're not always, the fun, going out partying, having a good time, going to clubs and, hookah parties, whatever it is. They're not always this person. They're not a knight. They have responsibilities. So they're just more mature and, they have to be able to make strong decisions. And I think maybe they went ahead and made the decision because maybe you were partying too much and having too much fun, acting single, going out with your girlfriends and just kind of being flighty. One minute, yeah, you're here, you're spending, the evening with them. And then the next weekend you're out with, the guys or the girls. There's no gender in tarot. So place parties where it fits. A female can be an emperor as well, right? It's just being more in masculine energy, more goal oriented. And I think you now realize that you were dealing with an emperor and now you're reflecting on that. So tell us, what was this offer? The Ace of Pentacles. Whoa, good night. All right, so we've got the wheel, sorry. We've got the wheel. Ace of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Divine intervention stepped in on this. Ace of Pentacles, whatever this solid offer was that was being brought to you by the Emperor, or, at some point you may have tried to provide something solid to the Emperor. Maybe, I do believe it was probably the Emperor that probably brought you a solid offer, a gift, maybe, an engagement ring, a promise ring, or just came in wanting to have like a real, go at a relationship. And so it was quickly taken away, because of the devil energy, the in and out. And it was almost like whatever was happening here was interfering with this Emperor, because, the Emperor, like I said, they could be a business owner. They could, they could be a father. They could have children that, they have to worry about, and they can't worry about somebody who's, drinking too much around their kids or doing drugs around their kids, or, being, too provocative around their kids, or place it as it fits. But the Emperor, holds a certain status. And so a knight does not match an emperor. So divine intervention stepped in on this. I think it was just more sexual between you two. It just kind of became that way because, the Knight of Wands is flirtatious in and out, probably has a lot of people flirting with them, taking their attention away. And that could be part of like what the devil energy was was they were always easily pulled away from the emperor. And you, I guess, maybe didn't think, maybe in your mind you thought, oh God, you're so boring, you're not fun. You know, not really realizing that the emperor would have been a good, solid person for you to have in your future. And it seemed like there was just, it was juggling back and forth between, you know, partying and too much, you know, too many sexual encounters, and the divine stepped in on this and helped put an end to it, which then forced you to probably kind of go through a dark night of the soul. You know, it usually takes something good in your life to lose it. When you lose it, or when something drastic happens to something that was good for you, or that you thought was gonna, you know, go somewhere, losing that, you know, can put somebody into a bit of a dark night of a soul. And I think this person was put into your life to kick off your healing journey, because obviously being in a night energy along with devil is not a match for an emperor. And they're so regimented and solid and structured, and you maybe were not. So by them coming into your life, it kicked off a dark night of the soul when they left, because you then realized the solid, stable stability that you had in your life while you were out having a good time, partying, flirting, being devilish, doing toxic things. Yeah, you were in that having fun at the moment, but you knew in the background that emperor, that solid person, was still there. And when that person went away, your stableness was lost. So it probably got a little ugly for you. You know, you got into despair, right? Feeling left out, lonely, you know, depressed, because, you know, your rock, right? You had a rock there, but you weren't changing what it was you were doing that was toxic. Being in the Knight of Wands energy, you weren't changing it. So the only way it was going to change is if the only thing you had stable in your life left. That's when judgment kicked in. And you see how, like, this is like almost the out-of-body experience. You know, you definitely, I think, were going through a dark night of the soul. And this is the start of your healing journey. And now you're looking back at the past and you're understanding why the divine stepped in on this and broke this apart. And it was for your own good. And for the emperor's good as well. Right? Because an emperor can just as easily fall back into a Knight of Wands status. Oh yeah. You have to, in order to be an emperor, you have to hold that title. You could very easily slip into a Knight of Wands in toxic, devilish energy and lose everything you have in a split second. No different than going to Vegas and dropping everything you have on that one bet and then losing it in a minute. Everything you own, everything you have can be lost in a minute. And this emperor was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore. I've got to walk away because I can't lose everything I have because of what's going on here with you. Now, place parties where it fits. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be hard on you. It's energy, but it's your reading, so I have to kind of like pick somebody. Otherwise, it kind of gets difficult. So, place it where it fits. Oh boy, that's a you know, that is a tough one. I get that. What is the current energy between this Emperor and Virgo? So we've got the Six of Wands, we've got the Five of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords. So the current energy is that we have somebody who would like to come back and have an honest conversation. They really want to be able to turn this situation back around. They want to make it known that they will not make these mistakes again. They're really hopeful that they can be successful in doing this. They really would like to make a real go at coming in and speaking the truth. I don't know though. Is this going to work? Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands. The Tower. I feel like somebody's going to say, look, this foundation came down for a good reason. Okay? Towers are not necessarily bad. Like I said, people come into our lives for a reason. They're not always meant to stay. I feel that when somebody comes in trying to offer, you know, to start over, to have new feelings again, you know, she's showing up with, you know, her heart, soul, right? Trying to show it to this person and cradle it and be protective of it. Kind of hesitant, like, here is my heart. I'm afraid to come in and talk about this. The problem is there's going to be a tower moment because they're going to realize that the other person feels that there's been too much water under the bridge. You know, it can take a while to heal. It can take people years. So while you went through the dark night of the soul, I feel like you're coming back in just because of the dark night of the soul. okay? Yeah, you're looking back at the past mistakes. That's what the dark night of the soul does. It says, oh shit, what happened? What happened? What did I lose? What did I do wrong? That's just the beginning. That's like Alcohol Anonymous. That's saying, yeah, I have a problem with alcohol. That's where it starts. That's not where you're finished. This could take a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long it takes. So you coming back in, trying to be truthful and successful, saying, I won't do this again. No, you don't know that, because you've only just recognized what the problems are. You haven't done the healing. You haven't finished. You have a long road ahead of you. But if you do the work, it doesn't have to take years. But the healing journey never stops for any of us. It gets better for us because we now know what to avoid in making mistakes to keep dropping down into the devilish ways. But this is you're going to hit another tower here, because you're going to realize this person's going to let you know that there's too much water under the bridge. This isn't going to happen. So you're going to realize this person came into your life to start your healing journey. You're trying to come back too soon. Just because you recognize what's happened, now you got to do the work to clean it up and make sure that you don't fall back into whatever this was you were doing, partying, having fun, going out with the girls, doing things that was not good for you and not good for the relationship, and definitely not good for somebody who's in emperor status. This, like I said, it's too flaky. And I think you're going to be hurt trying to come back in too soon to this emperor, is what's going to happen. And it's going to throw you for a tower moment. And that's what happens if you don't heal. The universe is going to keep testing you to see, are you ready? And you just want to rush, back in and try and have a truthful conversation saying you'll never do this again. But see, she's in the spotlight there, right? It's partial ego too. You want to be successful, but it's the ego talking. But you gotta go through an ego death. It's more than just recognizing, oh, I effed that up. It's more than that. Now the real work starts for you. So in order to envision what your future is, now's the time to shine, okay? Now's the time to heal yourself so you come out shining, right? The beautiful part is you recognized what happened. That's a huge leap from whatever it was you were doing. You now recognizing it is a huge leap. And now it's time to shine, because you're like, I'm going to heal. I'm going to get the future I want. I'm going to get myself straight. And I'm going to pull me in another emperor when I become an empress. This is where it starts. This is just knight status, okay? Now you got to get up to, king, queen. Then you can get up to emperor, empress, right? You got a couple levels you got to grow. Right now, you're just the knight status. So you still can't come into an emperor. And I know that's hard, and I hate having to say that, but this is why your card is, you need to shine now. Take pride in the fact that you recognize what happened, because that's more than half the battle right there. Do you realize how many people refuse to recognize what they've done wrong in situations? That's a huge step. Let's, just remember that there's other emperors out there. This one kicked you off. This one was a kickstart. Okay? Once you do the work, get yourself healed. Turn yourself into an empress or emperor, or both. You can be both. It's masculine, feminine energy. Getting them both balanced. Once you get to that status, you're gonna find your emperor or empress. This one was a kickstart, though. Don't listen to the devil. Remember that on your healing journey, do not listen to this MFer. Do not listen to this MFer. He wants to keep you here. That's exactly what he wants to do. And so Spirit's saying, do not listen to him. Otherwise, you will fall right back to where you were. We all get tested, all of us. Doesn't matter how far along on the healing journey we are or what status we are. We are constantly tested to see, are you going to hold that title? Or, we've got it's another year, are you going to hold that title? Growing pains hurt for a reason. This is going to be painful, as you know, because I think you being up in anxiety and starting the dark night of the soul, that's where it starts. And it's painful. I know. I've been through it. The readers on YouTube, if they didn't jump on just to start doing tarot just because, they're intuitive, or they're magical at reading cards. No. They all went through what you just went through. And they continued the healing journey. We're all here for a reason. We've been through it. 100% we've been through it. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't owe anybody anything, okay? So you owe it to yourself. You owe this healing journey to yourself. You don't fix yourself or come running back to an emperor because you don't want to lose them. This is you. This is your healing journey. We're all here on our own journey. We all have our own things that we have to deal with. Yes, careful of having the negative intentions, okay? Don't let anybody put any negative intentions on you, and certainly don't allow yourself to have negative intentions coming back into an emperor, the one that kicked off your healing journey. This is a specific person. You will have an emperor in the future if you do the work. But don't have negative intentions coming back in to this person before you're healed, because you're going to have a tower moment. And watch out for energy vampires. When you're on this journey, you have to be mindful of that. Confirmation. Always be mindful of energy vampires who and it could be a group of friends that were constantly asking you to go out and party and have fun and go have sex, whatever it was. You know what I mean? They were constantly up in your energy, and don't let them get back up into your energy. Right now, you're probably going to need to be solo for a while is what I'm feeling here. I'm not saying isolate yourself. I will say for a while I did, except for like my family and obviously work. But I isolated myself pretty much for a year and did a lot of major work. And that's one of the reasons why I got into tarot. Tarot is what healed me. I've been to a therapist before. I'm not saying they're bad, but they didn't understand what it truly was that I was going through. And I didn't understand it. I had to learn to understand what it was. We're all here on our own unique journeys. Wall. Misunderstanding. Yeah, I feel like you're going to hit a wall if you try to come back into this Emperor. And you're going to misunderstand maybe what they meant to you. Okay? And that's you hitting a wall. I think you're going to hit a wall because you're not ready. You know, this person truly was kicking off your journey. They were not meant to stay in your life. They were there to help make you realize something good after you lost it. And that's usually what kicks off the healing. Anything else? What is this? Younger woman. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. Yeah, see, that's Knight status. That could be you. You could have been dealing with somebody that was younger. You know, younger in and out, right? Immature, partying, and now it's, oops, time to grow up. Time to grow up. All right, do we have anything in here? Yeah, focus on you. You owe this to yourself. Whale. Great worry over nothing. Put the worry into yourself. Don't worry about this person and trying to come in to make things right. They're an Emperor. They're good. They don't, you know, you have free will. You can certainly go in and try, but just know that you're going to hit a tower moment when you do this. So I hope this is helpful. Know you're not alone. You know, stick with us on these channels. Make sure you stay subscribed. Stick with us. We're here for a reason. We're here to help you to get through this. You know, listen to your readings. Focus on yourself and your healing journey, and we'll all help you get there. We all help each other. That's why we're here. We're not here to just, you know, give you fluffy readings. If something like this comes through, this is a major life change for somebody. This is a major wake-up call. This is to get somebody on the right path before they fall into a deep hole. Have you ever watched Soft White Underbelly? Check out the channel. Look at those people that come on there and talk about their stories. It takes guts to come out and have millions of people watch your stories, these train wreck stories. But it's nice that you'll hear some of them actually begin to heal. And I think a lot of it is they have the guts to come out and open and talk about what they've been through, which is, you know, what some of these readers do. They open up about some of their life stories. I would love to be able to open up about more, and I do hope to one day. Now is just not the time, but I do let on to a few things that, you know, has happened in my past and things like that. But listen to the readers. They have real genuine stories, and we're all here to help each other. Nobody's perfect. We're here to help each other lift up and get where we need to be. We're all a big family. We're all a big team. So stick with us. We love you, and we want you to get where you need to be. Okay? Much love and light. I'll talk to you soon.